When I wake up in the morning, I usually take a toothbrush and go to the bathroom to take a bath. I did the same that day, and opened the bathroom door. I saw Eliana Ant taking a bath. The door was not locked from inside. She was shampooing her hair with both hands, and her eyes were closed. So it took her a while to realize that I was standing in front of her. I can never forget what I saw at that moment. In that pose, both of hers were looking at me and I was looking at them. She suddenly opened her eyes, but she did not know what to do. At the same time, I closed the bathroom door, and went to my room. I was not able to get the imagination of that scene out of my eyes. I sat in the room, remembering that pose of Eliana Ant. And was having fun with my D-star. While doing this, suddenly Eliana Ant came to my room. I got nervous and quickly covered everything. But then Eliana Ant saw what I was doing. "Hello friends, my name is Daniel. But everyone lovingly calls me Dolly. I am 21 years old. I am not very good looking, but not that bad either. My eyes, nose and ears are fine. Emily Auntie comes to our house to cook food and wash utensils. I call her Emmy. She lives there in a street near our house. She comes every morning at 7 a.m. and prepares my and Papa's tiffin. Emily Auntie also used to prepare dinner, and after doing all the other work, she used to leave at 1 to 2 o'clock. She had a key to the house, and when we go to office, she used to finish all the work. And then goes home. In the evening when we come home, we heat the food and eat it. Emily Auntie was very beautiful to look at. Friends, now coming back to our topic, this is about 6 months ago. I was not on job at that time. And I used to stay alone at home. Then my father once said, "Why don't you do something? If you are bored here alone, then go to the village for a few days, to your Uncle Ant's place. You will also get a little change, and the mind will feel refreshed. Uncle Ant will also be happy, and you will also not be bored." As soon as father said this, I immediately agreed to his point. The next morning I boarded the train from the railway station. A fair, beautiful girl was traveling alone on the seat next to me. As soon as my eyes fell on her, the train started and cold air was coming in. She was taking a nap and I was looking at her. While she put her head on my shoulder, and I felt a different sensation in my body, because of my tight jeans. The animal inside was not able to stand. I immediately stood up to see if anyone was paying attention to me or not. No one was looking at me, so I set her with my hand. Then after a while, the girl saw that her head was on my shoulder, so she was saying sorry, sorry. I immediately stopped her and said, "No, don't say sorry, okay?" Then I asked, "Where are you going?" So she told me that she is also going to my village. Her mother was in the village. From her talk it seemed that she is going to her maternal home after a fight with her husband. While talking like this, our station came. We both got down and started walking towards our respective homes. I had now reached Uncle's house. Only 3 people lived there: Jack Uncle, Eliana Ant and their daughter Ava. It was evening time. Jack Uncle had gone to work in the field, and Eliana Ant asked me to take a bath. After I took a bath, Eliana Ant served me hot tea and breakfast. As far as Eliana Ant is concerned, she was a little short in height, but her body was quite full. Her age would be around 40 to 42 years. In contrast, Ava was tall, like Uncle, but thin. Ava must have been around 20 to 21 years old. After a while Uncle returned from the farm. We met each other and chatted a bit. Eliana Ant cooked dinner at night. Uncle, Aunt, Ava and I sat together for dinner. After dinner, arrangements were made for me to sleep in a separate room. I went there and slept. I didn't understand how 2 to 3 days passed like this. When I woke up in the morning, as usual, after waking up, I used to take a toothbrush and take a bath in the bathroom. I did the same that day too, and opened the bathroom door. There I saw Eliana Ant taking a bath. Ant had not locked the door. She was shampooing her hair with both hands, and her eyes were closed. So it took her some time to realize that I was standing in front of her. I can never forget what I saw at that moment. In that pose, both her balls were looking at me, and I was looking at them. She suddenly opened her eyes, but she did not know what to do. At the same time, I closed the bathroom door and went to my room. I was imagining that scene with my eyes. Uncle had gone to the farm in the morning. Now I sat in the room, remembering that pose of Eliana Ant, and was enjoying with that thing in my hand. While doing this, suddenly Eliana Ant came to my room. I got nervous and quickly covered everything. But then Eliana Ant saw what I was doing. Eliana Ant said, "Are you doing all this remembering me? I knew that you must be doing the same in the room, that's why I came here." I said, "Ant, forgive me, but your beauty had made me crazy." Eliana Ant took me to her and said, "Now show me your passion." Smiling, she made me sit on the bed and we started talking. She touched my lips lightly and said, "Now don't worry, I am your friend." She was not wearing anything inside. I asked, "Eliana Ant, Ava will not come, right?" She smiled and replied, "No, she has gone to her friend." Saying this, she started playing with my stump. Now she took it out and held it tightly. Now I was a little confused, but was also regaining my composure. Then she pulled me and sat on the bed and started talking. It seemed as if she was hungry for a long time. In that moment with Eliana Ant, I suddenly felt that someone was watching us from the window. But when I went outside and looked, there was no one there. We continued our program for 10 to 15 minutes. Then Eliana Ant also became very happy and went out of the room. In the afternoon Eliana Ant went to the farm with food for Uncle. I went to the kitchen to drink water. While returning after drinking water I heard a sound from Ava's room. I looked through the crack in the door and saw Ava having fun alone. I was watching her. Suddenly Ava smiled and said, "Daniel, I know that you are watching me. Come inside or else, I will tell my father what you were doing with my mom." I got scared and went to Ava's room. Although Ava was thin, but hers were very big. She had seen me and Eliana Ant together. So now I realized that I also have to spend some similar time with her. And I hugged her gently, and Ava was also ready for it. And then we started the program. After working for 1 hour we took rest and I freshened up and sat in the courtyard. Then I asked Ava, "Did you do this work before?" She said, "Yes, I have done this work many times before, and I want to marry her." I felt good to hear this, otherwise Ava would have come after me. I stayed in the village for 20 to 25 days, and I worked with Eliana Ant and Ava too many times. Till the end I did not let Eliana Ant know about Ava. Friends, do not forget to tell by commenting. How did you like this story of mine? If you like the story, then subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.